My talk today is really inspired by a time when I was touring with MIA, and I hope there are some MIA fans here. For those of you who don't know, she's a very talented Sri Lankan British artist who who had a famous song called Paper Planes. And I was touring with her in 2013 as her drummer, and she had this song on her newest album that year, and it was called There's Only One You. There's only one you. And it's like, there's only one you, da, da, da. There's only one you. You should go and listen to it after this talk. And I thought, what a simple but such a vastly important message. And so often as a musician and as a creator, all of us, we have those moments of like, oh yeah, like what I'm making is really special. And then we zoom out and we look left and right and we're like, oh man, maybe I should be doing more of this. Maybe I should be doing more of that. Maybe my music won't be understood by people. Maybe I should be making more music videos. Like it's so difficult at times to hear ourselves think and making sure that we're making a unique contribution. And so with our short time together, I wanted to share a couple of my practices that I remind myself of almost daily to try to just stay fresh in an industry that oftentimes encourages conformity. So one thing I was reflecting on is this notion of clarity, of having a vision, of going inward and saying, what do I actually like? Asking yourself, what do I actually think? Not what the other memes are saying, not what this article says. What do I actually think? And it's something that honestly seems so obvious, but we have to do that work more often to have conversations with ourselves and say, yeah, what do I believe? What do I think? When I was growing up, my favorite artists, TV on the radio, Fela Kuti from Nigeria, Thievery Corporation, St. Vincent, Tune Yards. Some of my favorite artists, the one thing that I loved about them more so than anything else is that they had a sound. That end to end on an album, the music was undeniably that artist. Like you can play a song that you may have never heard of from that artist and they had a sound. And having a sound means you have clarity, you have taste, you have a perspective. And not only do you have a perspective, but you have confidence enough to validate that perspective and say, not only am I taking a risk, I think this group of sounds or this group of textures or this group of lyrical ideas is cool enough, and I'm going to iterate on it over and over again so that I'm simultaneously innovating a new sound while also I'm simultaneously innovating a new sound while simultaneously getting better at my own sound, getting better at the very thing that I've claimed to offer. When someone listens to a Madame Gandhi track while I'm still early in my career, I want them to hear uplifting, loving, almost soft feminine style vocals when I'm singing with the most celebratory, big anthemic percussion and drums. Because at the end of the day, those are my two favorite things when I'm listening to music, and they're also the things that I think I can most authentically offer. The other thing that's really important about having clarity on your vision, having an intention, being clear as to what it is that you're making, is that you own it. So that tomorrow, if you decide to change your look, your sound, your aesthetic, it's honest, because from the beginning, you were the one controlling the sound. So often, if we are making something to impress somebody else, if we are making something to achieve the top 40 or something like that, it's not an authentic sound. So then when you change your sound, it's like you're just following the trends. You're not making something that's built to last. And you're certainly not owning your own voice and owning your own identity. And I think one of my favorite compliments that I get a lot is when people are like, oh my God, like the music video that you did 2 years ago, you look so different in the music video you did last year, and you look so different again in the music video you did this year. And I used to get confused by that comment, but then I realized for me that means that there is liberation and power in being able to reinvent yourself over and over again, because you are controlling that narrative. You are authentically owning the very thing that you're making. So you can make whatever you want, whenever you want, because it's you. It's funny because when I share this stuff, it actually is very obvious. But sometimes even I need this reminder, because it's the most liberating thing to just be able to have that conversation with yourself and be like, Kiran, what do you actually think is cool? You know?